This is the parish church in Hatherleigh, and as we enter, the first thing we notice in front is the war memorial. Now at the front we've got the names of people in the Second World War. There are 7 there. Begin with J.L. Bolt and going through to C.W. West. But on the sides are the many more names of those who died in the First War. And we're 13 there. I've started at the end of the alphabet, and this is the back of the monument, and 14 names there. So looking at 27 people who gave their lives in the First War. Now there is some renovation work going on at the church. To the left you can see the scaffolding, and in fact there's one of the builders. On one wall of the church is a large plaque, "The Sacred Remains of Hannah Rowe, 1818, age 60. Also her daughters, Mary Harris, age 29, and Hannah Cooper, aged 30. So the deaths are 1818, 1813 and 1820. Beautifully preserved memorial though, as clean and as fresh as the day it was made. Well, the churchyard has been allowed to grow into a wildlife reserve with the long grass and the flowers. But further up I'm observing they're about to start cutting, so we may have some mechanical noises on the video. Now the stones are of the type, or in the area where they're difficult to read. A lot of lichen, algae on them. And there goes the machinery just starting up. This one here you can make out the clasped hands, the small hand inside the large hand. Very nice though, we've got clovers and daisies, all sorts here. Be very careful where I put my feet. Lawrence Hooper. And here's another Lawrence Hooper, the son of Richard and Jane Hooper, 1867, and a third Richard Hooper. I'm working my way up here through the long grass. Moving away from the noise of the cutting machinery. They're probably only cutting basic paths through the nature reserve. George Chudley. He departed this life in 1808, aged 63 years. And the memory of Catherine Chudley, his wife, who died in 1831. Let's go right up the back. There's a bigger one over there we'll try and get to. And across the top here there's a path. This one here is William Murren, 1903. But a lot of them are quite hard to make out the inscriptions. It's surprising how it varies between churchyards. It's basically the type of stone that was used, and sometimes the area. Now this large one with the original iron chains around it. Samuel Cooper of Reed in this parish, 1896, age 71. Now, I hope you're not getting too much wind noise. The wind suddenly got up. Another one in iron railings there, but it's a flat stone, not easy to make out. Park bench. Hatherleigh British Legion Women's Section 1953 for the coronation, June the 2nd. There's a man up ahead of us, strimming. I always seem to go into graveyards on the days they're strimming. Now there's a very large one here. In the vault, beneath this stone, lie interred Henry Mallet Veal. Well, I've moved along the path a little bit away from the man who's busy strimming the paths. It's nice and clear. Mary Hereford, 1913. Thomasin, sister of the above, and Elizabeth. Henrietta, brackets Hetty, of course, the beloved wife of William Edwards. Moving through here, we've got Thomas Robert, the beloved son of T and E.J. Treneman, and he was aged 20 in 1914. Take you along this path here. These two strangely are facing the wall, so the inscription is on the far side. William Thomas Abel, 1856 to 1922. Very clean inscription, beautifully carved. The flower at the top. James Oakley, 1921, 100 years old, and you wouldn't get a clearer stone than that if it was brand new today. Then you've got the more traditional stone, again with the clasped hands, and you'll notice the small hand has the frilly cuff. It's normally a female hand, and the larger hand has a different design of cuff, less frilly. Edward Ada, the wife of Edward Babb. Now that one over there is clear. These have curbstones, so I'm in danger of falling over them. Louisa, the wife of Frederick Sanders, 1924. Now this one here, I can see Annie Martin, but what I can also see is the carved dove with the olive leaf in its mouth on top of the stone. This is quite a sizable graveyard. A lot of inscriptions, and down this section the inscriptions are much more readable. Unfortunately, we've now got another machine ahead of us cutting the grass in the what looks like the new section. Through the gate at the bottom of the churchyard is this field, and they've just started burials in this area. There's 3 rows down there. Have a quick look. This one's just a little bit different. It's a large rough slab of stone, and then a plaque put on the front in sort of slate material. Patricia Mary Lindsay, 2015. Memory hold the door. Jesu Ufam Toby. I don't know what language that is in. Perhaps somebody could tell me. Back in the main section, here we have the newer graves. A couple of unusual designs here. Let's pick those out. Always good to see something out of the ordinary. This one took my eye. Beautifully smooth, rounded edges on this slab of, I guess it's black stone, black marble. Gladys Harris, 1998. And a similar one here, although it's not got the rounded edges and corners. Frank and Marjorie Grace, 2002. And a very large monument with iron railings around it, very clear on the front here. Erected by public subscription to commemorate the life of a Christian, a distinguished volunteer and a sincere friend. And we still don't know who this is for. Winner of the Queen's Prize at Wimbledon. We'll eventually get a name, I think. In memory of Lieutenant Colonel G. Pierce, 4th Devon Regiment, captain of the Devon team, born at Hatherleigh, died at Oakhampton. Winner of the Queen's Prize at Wimbledon, 1875. This one to Grace, the wife of Charles Short, 1885, age 75. Over behind, George Seeley, 1888, age 67. And then his wife underneath, Mary Ann, 1917. This is John Treby, late Sergeant of the Devon Constabulary, 1887, age 73. And then Mary Wethaway or Hathaway, age 61 in 1897. Well, the church is open, so let's have a look inside. Well, there is work going on inside the church as well, so excuse any sounds in the background. A number of plaques on the wall, but some of them are quite difficult to reach. This is the Reverend Westcott Harris Veal. He died in 1862. Then we have James Veal. He seems to have died in December 1816. And this one to the wife of James Day, Esther. She died in 1852. One here to Joseph and Frances Elizabeth Oldham of Strawbridge, and their daughter Constance, and their son George Hubert. There are others high on the wall. This is the Reverend Chaddock Glascott, but I'm not going to be able to read any more from the ground. And this one high up there with a crest in the arch above it, John Lethbridge, 1706. And then Anne Phelps, who died at the vicarage in 1868, age 65. Well, there are a number of other memorials here, but without special lighting and a better camera, I'm not being able to show them to you. So with the quick look around the inside of the church, I'm going to leave the church at this point and the graveyard. There's a lot of building work going on, and they're also cutting the grass today, so it's quite hard to get a good video. But I hope you enjoyed what you saw. It's a lovely little town, worth coming here if you're in the area. Till the next time.